moving on to the winter anime season, which spans 2015 to the beginning of 2016. I was a little bit better with the winter anime season. First of all, because Akagami no Shirayuki season 2 came out and I absolutely adored season 1. I loved it. So I was really excited to see season 2. I know that the manga continues off from season 2, and season 2 kind of leaves you on a bit of a cliffhanger, but they do the story in little arcs, so it's not hard to cap off, it's not hard to continue. I would love to see more of Akagami no Shirayuki if it's popular enough to get a new budget. As well, I mentioned in my 20 questions update vlog that Ao no Kanata really stood out for me. It was the first one that came to mind when I thought, what is my favorite anime from the seasons I missed? The story is set in a futuristic world where students fly to school in these grav shoes, like anti-gravity shoes. What develops from this kind of society is a sport called flying circus. It's a little bit like show-offy, it's a lot technique, and it's quite aggressive as well. You basically score points on each other by either attacking each other or getting to the different checkpoints in the battlefield. The story wasn't as complex, but it kind of got enough across to showcase the message behind Flying Circus. I do think a lot of the supporting characters fell short because it was a 12-episode series and there wasn't enough time to develop each of the supporting characters. Many of them did fall short, but I did quite like the main character. She was quite spunky. Next one that I really loved was by Kyoto Annie. It's called Musagen no Phantom World. I know a lot of people followed that. It was pretty interesting from Kyoto Annie because you don't really expect fantasy. Kyoka no Kanata was one of the more popular, darker fantasy stories that Kyoto Annie produced. Musagen is a lot more colorful. It's done in like little short stories in each episode, so it doesn't really follow an overarching theme. However, the animation is very gorgeous to watch because it's Kyoto Animation, and I've noticed that recently Kyoto Annie is getting a lot better at character design, whereas before there was a running joke of all the Kyoto Annie characters looking like they're all relatives. Now Kyoto Annie characters are actually quite creative, very innovative with the way they do hairstyles, the way they dress. So I'm actually really quite impressed with Kyoto Annie lately. Musagen was a pretty good show. Like, it's not stellar, it's not iconic, but it's pretty Kyoto Annie. Prince of Stride Alternative was one of the big ones I was looking forward to in winter as well, and Prince of Stride is going to get an otome game. I thought there'd be a little bit more romance in it. Prince of Stride progresses actually more like a sports anime than it does like a reverse harem anime. A lot of you guys who might look at that and see 8 guys and 1 girl, you might think there's a lot of fan service going on. There really isn't. It's actually quite sports oriented. There just wasn't really enough time to talk about every single person's backstories because I would have liked to see a little bit more screen time for a lot of the supporting characters. But in terms of sports anime versus super intense fan service anime, Prince of Stride draws even quite well and actually gets a pretty decent message across when it comes to sports and teamwork. Another one that is adapted from a game is Norn 9. Norn 9 is a pretty huge game in the otome industry right now. The games are very long, the world is very complex, it deals with a lot of darker moral issues. If you get a chance to, I definitely recommend you play the game even though the games are so long and there are so many characters. Norn 9 is a very well organized world. There are very few plot holes, but you have to really catch all the details in the games. They simplified a lot of Norn 9 into the anime, but they did a good job of wrapping it up. What I really enjoyed seeing and what I know a lot of fans really enjoyed seeing was the world being fully animated, because you don't really get to see that in the visual novel. As well, the reset of the entire world. That's like a really big concept in the games. It happens a lot because it happens in almost every single route when you have to decide if you want to reset the world or not. And in the anime, they really made it into this gigantic, catastrophic, cataclysmic event. So I enjoyed seeing the animation for that for sure. But the main couple kind of died out a bit at the end, and I wasn't a big fan of the main couple. And there was also Statue Boys, Sekkou Boys, which is about statue idols singing their songs. That's all I'm gonna say about the show. It was vastly entertaining for like 2 episodes, and then it was a bit much. It's ridiculous in its premise, so if you're looking for something to freak out your non-anime fans, show them Sekkou Boys. One anime series that I actually am still following is called Nishiro Days. It's really endearing. The characters are so cute and so fun and quite relatable, I think. So Nishiro Days takes the usual shoujo archetype plots and reverses it. So usually in shoujo manga, you get to see the main female character go doki doki because the guy is so cool, or because she's like super nervous, or she has no idea how to express her feelings. In Nishiro Days, you get to follow 4 different boys and see how they struggle when it comes to shoujo moments in life or when it comes to romance. So you'll get to see each male character's internal monologue when approaching a girl. Each episode is only about 8 to 10 minutes long. They're very fun little stories and little arcs that are happening, and I've heard the manga is actually even better than the anime, even though I found the anime vastly entertaining. So please go check out Neji Ito Days and give that series a lot of love because it's a super fun series. Finally, we're at the spring anime season. I have looked into a few of the anime